guys, I'm Member. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. So for today's reading, I really wanted to focus on what's going on with the collective. So I pulled some cards and it's looking like a love reading of some type. So we have hedonist, light attributes, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Knight, light attributes, loyalty, romance, and chivalry. Chivalry, a love of honor. Pioneer, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. We have 45, man holding a heart, 49, angel of love, 46, chakra, archangel Metatron, 9, broken heart, and 18, anxiety. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's something going on where you're like trying to cycle out a situation of some type. And I feel like it's like you're trying to release a lot of your grief and a lot of a like broken heart is what I'm hearing. And maybe there's someone in your mind that's like holding your heart where you feel like for some reason it's not what I'm seeing you like hit a dead end. It's not moving the way that you want it to move. And you're trying to cycle it out because you're seeing clearly what's going on with you and this person and how it's not how it's not holding up with the vision of where you see your life is going, or how they're not meeting you where you want to be. And I feel like there may have been times when you have gotten into like seeing this person and like not seeing them clearly in some way, and you're coming out of that. You're trying to see what's going on in reality, but you also really want creative, loving relationships and passion. And maybe you thought that this person was going to be the person that was going to be able to like come through with that, and you wanted that person to be that person. And I'm just seeing that like it's given you a broken heart and it's given you anxiety. And I feel like a lot of you are just trying to cycle this out and trying to move through this and trying to like feel the grief, see things clearly, love yourself, value yourself. Maybe you're learning your value through this situation. Maybe you're learning about love. Maybe you're learning about who's holding your heart and why. I had this thing where I had a similar situation to this, and I got really deep into like what was going on, and I realized it had nothing to do, for me personally, it had to do with a person, obviously, but there was something deeper that was really in my subconscious on why this was happening. And I don't know why I feel like for you guys, sometimes when we hold on to someone that is not showing up or is not giving us what we need, there's usually a deeper reason to what's going on in your subconscious of like, there's something deeper here. And I think spirit wants you to look into like, what is deeper beneath your broken heart? What is deeper beneath the grief? Is it about this person? Why is it? It's like, ask yourself the question, why? Why am I wanting them to be the person I want in my life when they're not showing up in the way that I need? Why am I holding on or waiting for them? What lesson am I meant to be learning? Why am I going through this? Why did this happen? Why did that happen, right? And it's like, keep asking yourself why. There's this interesting thing, I don't know, like two things are popping in my head. There's this interesting thing you can do with like writing, and you can put like, so like my therapist would lead me through this. She'd be like, okay, so what are you feeling here, right? And I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not feeling loved. And she goes, well, what's underneath not feeling loved? And then I'd be like, I'm not getting what I need. And then she'd be like, okay, go deeper. And then it would be like, okay, I'm not getting what I need and I feel alone. And if you're alone, then what? I'm alone and then I'm not going to be loved. And if you're not going to be loved, then what? Then I won't matter, right? And it's like, if you can continue to go deeper into like, what happens, right? Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? Or why, right? Like if you can go deeper into like get into like the core of what's actually going on. So like for me, it was like, if they don't, it's interesting because I'm like disassociating a little bit, and I feel like it's not just me. Maybe there's something around this that is a trauma response for you guys. If there is disassociation, you have trauma. Disassociation is when you lose your thoughts. Disassociation is different for everyone. So it can be losing thoughts. It can be not being able to come up with an answer. It can be blank, like you feel blank, even though you're like, why can't I just get this? I'm like, this doesn't normally happen to me. It can be not seeing things. Sometimes your vision can go blurry. It can be, sorry guys, it can be your vision being blurry. It can be seeing spots. It can be not being able to hear. It can be, That's what disassociation is, a numbing of the body, right? Like disassociation is different for all of us. It depends on what your type is. I'm having a hard time figuring out my thoughts on this. And so I feel like for you guys, for some reason, when you get, there's something deeper here, which is what I'm feeling. But when you get deeper into this, you may experience some type of confusion, losing thoughts, not being able to come up with the answers of what it is. And that is there to keep you safe. That is a trauma response. So if you're beating yourself up for feeling like you can't let this person go or feeling like you're not valuing yourself, there is a deeper trauma response here that I'm feeling. I don't know if this is resonating with you. If it's not, then it's not for you. But if you're feeling like you can't understand why you can't let someone go, usually there's a deeper issue to it, especially if they're not showing you what you need and you're like continually keep like wanting it, right? There is a deeper meaning there. And I'm feeling like for a lot of you, there is a deeper meaning to this. I also feel like there's a circling of thoughts. You may be in a thought loop a little bit because I keep kind of going back to the same things. There is an avoidance of going into the deeper meaning of what this is. And it's a trauma response again, right? Like, so disassociation is a trauma response. When you get close to it, you start disassociating, which maybe leads you back into your thoughts of in a thought loop. And these are all trauma responses. So I just want you to guys to have so much compassion for yourself in, if this is happening, then it's directly related to a trauma response. And I also feel like for some of you, I'm starting not to be able to see. Some of you, your disassociation may be in not being able to see. And so while going deeper is good, right? It's also taking your time and going slow. If you feel like you're disassociating too much, I would ground yourself. That's like getting really like into like, what are my hands feeling like? Where can I see my hands? Can I see my feet? Am I like, can I feel my body? Where am I not feeling my body? Like, how can I orient myself into the present? So like, what book is that? Let me read the title. What colors are in the room? Like that, like orient yourself into the present moment if you're feeling disassociation. And also go slow on if you are thinking about moving into like the deeper reasons of why this is, because if disassociation comes up, that's like you don't want to push it, right? So it's like it's very difficult to find the balance between like in healing when you're trying to find like the deeper issue of like what's going on and like coming up with disassociation and then like trying to push a little bit but not pushing too far, because you're not going to get anything anyways if you're disassociating so much that you can't even see or feel clearly, right? You got to orient yourself back into the present. But I do want you to have compassion for yourself if you're feeling like that you can't let it go, that you don't know why you're not, you feel like you're not valuing yourself, even though like you're just doing your best, right? It's like, this is very deep stuff and it takes time and it's a process, and don't beat yourself up because there is a deeper reason to why people in general can't let someone go. In general, like there's obviously like the forefront issues of surface issues of like, not surface, but like forefront issues of like, I can't let them go because I love them, because they were nice to me, because they made me feel safe, right? Those are like the forefront. But there are also deeper issues that we tend not to be able to see or know about. And I'm just letting you know that what I'm feeling for you is that there is something really deep here that is definitely connected to a trauma of some type. Could be an ex trauma, but usually disassociation happens a lot when you're a child. It could be a childhood wound that is being activated by this person and activated by this situation. And if you look at the root cause slowly and with presence and with groundedness, if you look at the root cause, you're going to be able to move through this at a easier pace. And also, like when we find the root cause of what's going on, it lessens the obsession and it lessens the overwhelm, and it also lessens the critical part of our brain that's telling us that like, what's wrong with us? Why can't we move on? Blah, 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 which is all BS, by the way. You guys are going through a lot. Like, this is so hard. This is so hard, guys. Like, this is so hard. Not just to mention the fact that like it's about a person that you don't want to let go of, like that in and of itself is so hard. And then you bring in the fact that like it may be connected to something really deep, and also just we always just want to love. We always want to have love in our life. This is just born out of a desire to be loved. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with having a desire to be loved. Nothing at all. Nothing. And I don't know if you're beating yourself up because you want this person who's not showing up for you or not giving you what you needed, the capacity that you need, but it doesn't really matter because you're just wanting love, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting love. Nothing. It's just, can you somehow get into the deeper emotions of what is going on and see what's underneath this, because I feel genuinely like there's something deeply underneath this. Okay, let me see what else we've got from Spirit. Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Some of you may be worried about this person coming in with an opportunity, or they may be coming in with an opportunity and it's causing you burden. I got a reversal of the Magician. Maybe the burden is that you want them to come in and that they're not, and that you feel like your manifestation's not coming true, but you're feeling like a strong loss and a strong feeling of feeling left out in the cold. And here's the thing. Yeah, there's Page of Cups in reverse. There's something about not getting what you need from this person. There's Knight of Pentacles. There's a strong feeling of not getting what you want from this person in the way that either they're showing up or they're not, but you're not getting what you need. And it's causing you a lot of loss and a lot of burden. And listen, if we're not getting what we need, it's going to trigger, if we have childhood wounds, it's going to trigger the deeper stuff connected to it, right? Like, if we have childhood wounds, it's going to cause if we have someone that's not showing up for us in the way that we feel like we deserve, or at all, then it's going to cause our childhood wounds, if we've not been shown up for before, to be activated, right? So if you had a parent, well, I got a lot. If you had a parent that didn't show up for you in the way that you needed, this is going to come out. This is going to be activated by this person not showing up, right? And it is a lesson and an ability to heal, to be able to look at healing when it comes to your root childhood issues. Relationships are always an opportunity to heal things that are root causes. And also, when we have a childhood where someone hasn't shown up for us, we are going to attract, by familiarity and the wanting to fix the root cause, we're going to attract that type of person because, first of all, it's familiar, and that's what we know what love is, and it's totally natural because that's what that is, right? But also, I'm disassociating again. I totally lost my train of thought. I definitely feel like a lot of you have a childhood wound around somebody not showing up for you and not giving you the love that you deserve. Definitely. And this person is maybe mirroring that. And I want to get back to my thought, but I said it once, so it's in the video. But yeah, there's definite disassociation around this. I am so sorry that you're disassociating. And also, there's a very good reason for it. Remember, it was there to keep us safe. And it's not about beating yourself up. It's just about, I feel like a lot of you probably beat yourself up about this a lot. And that doesn't, listen, anytime we beat ourselves up or overwhelm ourselves with criticalness, it is not going to help us find the answers. It's not going to help us in the situation. It is not ever going to help us. So just understand, and also have compassion too for the fact that your critical part of your brain is also there to keep you safe, which is like shitty, you know? The Hermit, we have the King of Wands, we have the King of Cups, and we have 8 of Wands. We have 2 kings here. I feel like you guys really want somebody that is going to value your ability I feel like you guys really want someone that's going to value your ability to hold your emotions and to have a very good, strong sense of your emotions. Someone that's going to take your cup. You really want someone to take your cup of love. And you want movement. You want communication. That's what I'm feeling. You want communication with this person. And it's like, but you're like I think you're deeply reflecting about this whole situation. And that's why it's coming up for you. I kind of feel like the collective is. You're not the only one, by the way. I am too. You know what I mean? You guys aren't the only one that's going through this. It's something that like we have to heal. You know what I mean? And I say we because that's me too. And I've been healing it for a while. And so I do have a good idea of like what to do and how to move through it. Ace of Pentacles. What is this Ace of Pentacles about, Spirit? The Moon. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. What's this Ace of Pentacles about? Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you guys really want the opportunity to heal, to move into your deep unconscious, and to balance out your broken heart. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I feel like you're at this crossroads. There was 2 of Pentacles I saw. I feel like you guys are at this crossroads of like, I want to move forward in my life, and yet I can't let go of this person, right? And it's like, this is a process and you're moving through this. Believe that you're moving through this. If you want to be over this person, you will find a way to do it. It's just having the patience with yourself, having the want to heal, and having the want to look at what's deeply going on here, and also to bring extreme compassion and extreme openness to what's going on with your broken heart. And it may have to do with childhood. This may be triggering your childhood wounds. I feel like there's a deep sense of wanting an opportunity with this person that wasn't given, or wasn't given the way that you needed, in the full extent that you needed, and it left you with a broken heart. It left you with feeling left out in the cold. It left you feeling loss and sadness and pain, and it's like, you just want that pain to stop. And it's like, okay, what do I have to do to make the pain stop? If they came in, my pain would stop. If they came and gave me what I needed, then my pain would stop. And so that is a way to do that. But if they don't come in, then we have to figure out a way to heal without, and find closure within our hearts and within ourselves without them coming in, and find a way to move forward in our life and to close that chapter. Closure isn't found from without, it's found from within. And the closure, I believe, for you guys will be found in grieving the loss of your parent if you didn't have, or grieving the loss of your parent, grieving the loss of the love that you didn't get from your parent, and grieving the loss of this person. And it's like facing the feelings of loss that has happened because of this person, which are triggering the feelings of loss from childhood. That's what I deeply, deeply feel, that this is about childhood. And a lot of you may not like this reading, but that's okay. I'm trying to get into, I have done so much childhood trauma healing, and I've also done a lot of healing with my relationships, and I'm moving on, and I'm finding my peace, and I'm finding love within myself, and I'm finding my value, and I've worked on my self-worth, and I'm working on my self-esteem, and I've been doing that for a couple years. And I feel like in deep healing, right? And it's like I've looked at so many of my childhood wounds, and I have very, very, very deep wounds, and I feel like I'm trying to get into more of that kind of content, because it's, first of all, what I'm good at, and second of all, I'm trying to bring awareness to how these trauma responses affect our love relationships. They affect our lives. They affect the way we think, the way we feel, the way we move in the world, the way we value ourselves. They affect us on such a deep level, and people don't recognize and don't realize that. And it's like, a lot of us, if not all of us, have some type of childhood trauma and or trauma in our lives. And no one really understands the depth of how trauma affects you. And it doesn't have to be like, PTSD is not just subjected because of war veterans. PTSD is also subjected to a lot of children, and there's a lot of PTSD in children, and trauma is all subjective. Trauma is not like just about crazy things that happen. It can be about bullying. It can be about physical abuse. It can be about emotional abuse. It can be about neglect. So it's like, I feel like I have like a thing where people just like don't understand how deep. If I understood how deep trauma was, I would have had a lot more healing a lot sooner, and been able to bring compassion and understanding to myself a lot sooner. And so what I'm trying to bring in my readings is this understanding of knowledge that I have, and also the ability to be like, this is what I did to get to where I'm going. And I feel like it's just the understanding. I have an understanding of what dissociation and trauma feels like, and I feel that deeply with you guys, is that there is a deep feeling of trauma here that is being triggered by a real world 3D relationship that's from your childhood, or wound from your childhood. And so the healing begins in grieving. It's about facing your feelings. It's about letting yourself have the feelings if you had childhood trauma. It's about letting yourself understand that what happened to you when you were a child is not okay and should not have happened to you. And it's also your responsibility to heal it. And if you heal it, the satisfying ability to be able to move on from relationships that don't serve you is going to become a lot easier. And it's going to become, anytime we have the ability to feel our feelings, we are so taught as a society and as people to avoid our feelings. And it's like, that's not what brings healing. Facing your feelings and feeling your feelings is what brings healing. Only through the hard feelings will you find inner fulfillment, joy, satisfaction, and compassion. And it's like, and also for other people, like it doesn't just affect yourself, it affects others. So it's like, you guys have this ability. I feel your want to heal this. I can see it. I can feel it. I can taste it. You want to heal this. You want to move past it. You want to drop this 10 of Wands, which is these sticks, and you don't want to be feeling like you're left out in the cold and feeling the loss. And it's like feeling the loss of this is what's going to push you through this. And also understanding that it's deeply connected to childhood trauma or trauma from your life, either an ex relationship that went really bad, or usually if an ex relationship went really bad, it's probably because you've had childhood trauma. Just saying, everything's connected to it. That's how I feel. And you guys just are going through a lot. I don't know what I want to pull. I was going to pull different ones, but I'm going to pull these ones. Spirit, what else do I need to talk about? Anything else? The sun. Yeah, you're going to find healing through feeling your feelings, and that's where the sun is. It's like, oh, I hear like through the moon is where the sun lies. That's interesting. Because it's, well, or the sun lights up the moon. So it's like both. I don't know why I'm just hearing that. We have indecision. Yeah, there's an indecision in figuring out. Some of you may actually be faced with something coming in with an opportunity. And there is like this feeling of like, how do I decide what's best for me? And it's like being in your Queen of Swords energy, which is like being very discerning, being detached if you need to be, seeing where the other person's coming, and like slowly moving into it. And like if they come to you with something, like reading the energy, I feel like you guys are very intuitive. You will know the energy they come with you. If they come to you with an energy, you're going to know what it is and you're going to be able to handle it and move forward. And it's like maybe a spirit is bringing this person in to bring you an opportunity of like healing this so that you can finally move forward. So I'm not saying, it's just interesting because I saw the King of Pentacles, I saw the Knight of Pentacles coming in. And there was burden and stress over it. So this person may have brought you an opportunity or maybe bringing you one, but there is an opportunity to heal is what I'm hearing Spirit say. And that is being presented to you, whether you do it yourself or whether this other person comes in and you're able to heal the situation through that. Journey, hostilities, walking away. Yeah, you're wanting to walk away from anything that has been hostile, anything that has caused you pain, anything that's caused you feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling burdened, feeling obsessed, feeling anxiety, right? I don't know, I wanted all these. Blossoming abundance. This also, learning this type of lesson is going to give you so many tools to move forward and so many tools to move into something really beautiful, and also understand the difference between what a relationship is and what a relationship is not. We've got fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, which is your heart chakra, man holding a coin, and community. So I feel like there could be a reconnection happening here soon because we have man holding a coin, which is Knight of Pentacles, right? It's like the same thing. Look, man holding a coin, Knight of Pentacles. They may be coming in to you with an opportunity to work together, something dealing with real world issues, something to do with money, something to do with business. It could be they may want to collaborate with you. You have to ask the question, is this person coming to me with something that I want? Is this person coming to me in the way that I want? Is this person coming to me and giving me what I need? It's like, what are my needs and my values? What is my value? How do I hold myself in an esteem where I can handle something like this? And how do I get into the stillness of my heart and the compassion of my heart? And community is like reconnecting. There also could be some kind of party you're invited to or like a thing. There's something else and I don't know what it is. I keep feeling this like want to pull more cards. Is there anything else I'm missing, Spirit? Oh, I can't put this card in because it's Well, here's the star. There's the star right there. She's naked and stupid. YouTube is, no offense. No offense, YouTube, but I don't like it. There's a two of swords and 7 of pentacles. There is this wondering on if you should work on it, and I do feel like a lot of you are looking to walk away. 6 of swords. Move to calmer waters. I think a lot of you are stuck in a thought loop of, is this person coming in or is they not? Are they not? And what do I do if they do? And like, how do I seek truth and how do I seek justice? I feel like for some of you, they could be coming in. I feel like for others of you, you could be having the thought that they're coming in. You could be intuitively connected to them and feel that they're coming in. I know how that is. You know what I mean? So it's like, regardless, you're trying to figure it out and feeling like you don't know. See, the 2 of swords is about someone who doesn't know what decision to do, but they're willfully blindfolding themselves, even though they have the decision they know they need to make. And I feel like you know what decision to make. And also, if you have them coming in, if you want to meet with them and feel you're going to be able to know what to do when you see them, right? So it's like, if they haven't come in yet and you don't know, like, that's okay, right? But it's like, if they do come in, you're going to know because you're going to see their energy. And so trying to figure it out now is a thought loop that's trying to keep you safe, and also something that happens as a trauma response. And so like understanding it's trauma response and like, how can you ground yourself in the now? And if you can't, can you bring yourself compassion because it's trauma response, you know, because it's something that you really have worked on and put a lot of effort and a lot of stuff into, and you've really wanted it to come to fruition, and it just isn't the way that you thought it would be. You know what I mean? Anything else? Yeah, there's justice again. I pulled justice again, which is wanting truth, wanting a balancing of scales, wanting to balance the situation out. You're going to balance it out. It's just time, processing, compassion, openness, and just working through it. And if anything is causing you to feel like that thought loop, obsession, if anything is causing that to worsen, like let's say there's some tarot readings that cause it to worsen, or some media, or even I don't know what else, thoughts that come in your head from the other person, but it also leads you down this way. Like seeing what inhibits you and seeing what causes the obsession can help if you stop the activity that causes the obsession, right? Because a lot of the times tarot readings can cause this ability to perpetuate the obsession. And so it's like, if something's causing you to perpetuate the obsession, like understanding if that's a thing that you need to stop, and then being able to stop it and make the decision if you so want to, right? And if you don't, having compassion that you can't stop, because that is, again, a trauma response. So it's like having compassion for yourself in all areas of where this is happening, and understanding that you're going to be able to move through it. It's just going to take some time. So you guys, this is a lot of energy, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this and you're working through it. And there's gonna be a being able to work through it and process it. It's gonna take time, openness, grieving, and understanding how to take care of yourself when this is happening. So I hope you guys like my reading. Yeah, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.